Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show, we give you fallout from Ricky Saints winning the North American Championship and being attacked by Ethan Page. Ricky Saints got a lot of challenges coming his way, waiting for a shot at his newly crowned title. We'll talk about it coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Also, too, we get to this here on the Pro Wrestling Show once we talk about Ricky Saints and what's going on with him and stuff. Also, too, we continue on with the Women's North American Championship match qualifying. Which one of these NXT women will continue on to advance into the tournament? We'll talk about it as well. Also, too, the main event, a huge six-man tag team match as Strange Bedfellows, Frick Williams, Javon Evans, and NXT champion Uba Femby takes on DarkState. Which of the four members of DarkState will be in action? We'll talk about it coming up here on the NXT Ring Report. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kendra Dix here. Glad you're going to join us on the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. Like I said, the Pro Wrestling Show is here and about. Let's not waste no time. We kick things off with the juggernaut, Jordynne Grace. Jordynne Grace was in action. Jordynne Grace mean business tonight. And Jordynne doing her best action. Jordynne Grace wants to be a champion. NXT. Jordynne Grace might get that shot down the road. She might challenge for the NXT Women's Championship, but Jordynne was in action tonight. Jordynne went against Jada Parker. Jordynne and Jada Parker feuded tonight. Jordynne Grace and Jada Parker. These two women, no stranger to each other. Jada Parker tried to go after Jordynne. Jordynne countered with a right hook of her own. Did so tonight on Jada and did so. And you can see right here, both women were laid out in the midst of the ring. We thought and stuff until Stephanie McCure came out there. Stephanie McCure came out there to help even up the odds. You see right here, Stephanie McCure came out there kicking Jada. And it was Julia. Julia came out of nowhere, returning Julia. Julia came out there and cleaned house. I don't know why she did what she did. Julia came out there in a blue wig or something. Julia attacked everybody in that ring, including the women's champion that defeated her for the title. And we can show it right quick. Julia getting her what was going on. Julia attacking Stephanie McCure, leaving Stephanie McCure out. Julia taking down Stephanie, who Stephanie defeated, become champion and stuff. I think Stephanie did not see that coming out of nowhere and out of the blue. I'll tell you that right now. So tell you right now. Stephanie McCure making her goal no tonight. What happened? Julia coming out there and taking down Stephanie right here. I can't believe Julia did that tonight, but Julia sending a message to who that she wants her championship back and she'll do whatever it takes to get the title back. But Julia doing what she did tonight, leaving a mess tonight, and Julia wants her championship back. She'll do whatever it takes to win. We saw that as well. So, general manager listen to the concerns of the champion Stephanie McCure and decided that Stephanie will defend her championship not only against one woman, not only against two women, It's gonna be a fatal four-way match to determine at Stand and Deliver which one of these four women wants it the most between them. So Stephanie Vakira defending her and Julia in against Jada Parker. What a match that's going to be coming up and Stand and Deliver for Stephanie Vakira on what's going on. So we will see on that motion coming up. So look forward to seeing that as well. Also, too, we get to more action as well. Um, what's his name? His group, Sean Spears, with his group coming around. Sean Spears tells his group that the reason why he lost. I think Sean Spears does not even want to go for the NXT North American Championship after last week when he lost the championship to Ricky Saints and stuff. I think Sean Spears saying he's done. You don't even want to be the NXT champion again, which is crazy. But hey, Sean Spears saying that he's done. He wants to move on to a new thing, and that's what Sean Spears wants to do. He wants to move on to new and different horizons and stuff. So Sean Spears lost to Ricky Saint last week, which I don't think Sean Spears don't care at this point. He wants to do what he wants to do and feel like he's doing something. But his group was that tonight. What went down? We'll talk about that a little bit later. Also, too, swipe right. Group. You see right here, we'll show you. Swipe right was in action as well. Swipe right. They seem like they didn't care either. Swipe right. They from the new Evolve show on Tubi. Came out there. They could be like the pretty boy tag team or something like arrogant, like swipe right, swipe left. An action tag team champion. Action and income uh, to do that thing. They came out of nowhere and confronted what went down last week and how it happened and stuff, and how it went down, all that came about with the Pretty Boy Tag Team Champions as well. So it's like right, did not care to notice and stuff. I'll tell you that right now. Swipe right, really dealt in. They lost. They lost big tonight over Axion and Acom, the tag team champions. Stuff. Also, too, we saw Wesley was in action. Wesley was in action. Wesley was show Wesley and stuff. Wesley went against some that dude, and he lost tonight. And that Wesley found a way to win. Wesley won by defeating the dude with the help of his buddies doing what they're doing, uh, doing doing it well for them with the pinfall right here in the win. So Wesley, you saw right here Wesley in the win. We can show that right quick. So that's what went down tonight. Wesley getting the win, upper advantage. I'll say that as well. So that went down tonight. That may have be and stuff. Okay. You saw it. How it all played out tonight. However, that was going to be either way. So we saw that as well. So also too, we saw Sean Spears group Easy Dame was in action. Easy Dame trying to take on the girl from No Cash Crew. Easy Dame lost tonight. So we saw that. That went out to be. Plus, Sora Roca was in action. Sora Roca right here. We can show Sora Roca. Sora Roca was in action as well. Sora Roca. Uh, Zarya. Sora Roca and Zarya was in action against one of the members of Toxic Attraction tonight. Toxic Attraction. Left it all laying in the ring. Just wasn't enough for stuff and how that went down and stuff with the cloverleaf move right here. The plans, the jaws right here. We saw how that went down and stuff. And you see right here, at the end of the weakest member of Toxic Attraction, which we saw as well and stuff. We saw how that went down. Also, too, right here, the Colin right here, chilling. They was in action as well. They won their match tonight. Chilling won. However, they went down and stuff. Also, too, can we show another thing too? Of the chilling. It went down as well. We saw that earlier. Well, the Street Profits came out of nowhere tonight. The Street Profits came to give advice to Tank and Leisure about trying to go through that tag team gauntlet. We know that Tank and Leisure want to be tag team champions. They've been getting advice from a lot of tag teams, so they kind of getting the rug for them and stuff since past NXT tag teams and stuff, including the Street Profits, the WWE tag team champs. We know Tank and Leisure will be part of that tag team tournament gauntlet match. So a lot of tag teams, who's going to be vying to be number one contender for the tag team championships? We'll see how all this is going to break down next week as well. You see a lot of them, even the duo that helped Wesley tonight as well, and Bridges and we saw tonight as well. A lot of tag teams in the mix tonight. How this gonna be going down and stuff. Well, we get to this. We know that a lot of Ricky Saints is a new NXT North American champion, and he has 4 people vying for a shot at his North American championship. Once we show it right quick, look like our thing, our feed is kind of acting up a little bit. There we go, right here. We see Eddie Thorpe, we see Ethan Page, we see Wesley and Nexus King, all trying to vie for a shot against this man right here, Ricky Saints, who wants to be the next number one contender for the NXT North American Championship. That's the question. But everybody vying to see who wants to be number one contender for Ricky Saints Championship. We will find out next week as there will be a fatal 4-way to determine who next in line to challenge Ricky Saints for the NXT North American Championship. That's going to happen next week between these 4: Wesley, Ethan Page, Lexus King, and Eddie Thorpe. We'll see next week. Well, we get to the main. Ethan, Javon Evans, and Oba Femi, 3 men that will compete at NXT Stand and Deliver for the NXT Championship. Once we show it right quick, once we show it, they was in action against the team of Dark Side. Dark Side right here. Once you see it right here on the graphic right here on the full screen, we'll show you Dark Side. Uh, what's going on with this thing? Uh, Hey, here's what it is. This was right here. This was gonna be the huge 6-man tag team match right here. That was going to lead the match as is. And anyway, the match right here did deliver as Dark Side went against you know who. These three men could these three men who competing for the NXT championship coexist for one night. We thought they could, but Oba Femby, Javon Ayers came out, got interrupted by Trick Williams. Trick Williams came out and got interrupted by this man, Oba Femby. A lot of tensions right there, a psych out, if you ask me, between them. But they had to put their egos aside for one night to take down Dark State. Dark State getting the upper advantage on Trick Williams. Trick Williams trying to figure out these men as well as Javon Evans and stuff. But Javon Evans at the pinfall and lost to Dark State while Trick and Oba was trying to air out their grievances, costing Javon to lose his eye on the ball and eye on the prize. Well, Dark State won, but the thing is, the matter is right here. Um, this what happened right here, and this what came out of it. They came out there on Dark State, and the family, Tony D'Angelo family, saying it's gonna be the family versus Dark State. So it's a few amongst a few going on. Hopefully, we will get more out this situation coming up. So we know Dark State will be in action next week against the D'Angelo family next week. Return Tony D'Angelo coming back. So looking forward to seeing that as well. All right, don't forget next week, a huge tag team gauntlet match to determine who's next in line for the tag team championships. We'll find out next week as well. So look forward to seeing that. You probably perhaps get why Julia did what she did. We will see on that situation as well. All right, that ends the NXT Ring Report. Let's move over to Wrestling Hot Topics. On Wrestling Hot Topics, we talk about this. Nature Boy Ric Flair appeared on Busted Open this morning to talk about the current situation of his daughter Charlotte going for the women's championship against Tiffany Stratton. And a lot of people are saying the promo was flat. The promo didn't add as much as it should have added. Um, Saying that it kind of fell flat. Ric Flair saying he doesn't want to share on that what happened after Tiffany Stratton, women's champion, made mention of Charlotte and Ric Flair's similarities as father and daughter when it comes to championships and marriages and stuff. I think Ric Flair said they kind of hit close to home. A lot of people are thinking that it's kind of like they got 2 weeks left to sell this match and try to get this match on board. Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte for the women's championship, a match that everybody's looking forward to seeing. It's kind of like one of those dream matches you kind of wonder, and it's kind of gonna happen, but the promo just fell in flat as it did. But we will have to wait and see. But like we told you earlier last week, Charlotte appeared on Sherry Shepherd to air her grievances about what was going on, her marriages and stuff. So Charlotte Flair, what's going on? Now you know you saw this yesterday on Raw right here. You saw Braun Breaker using the best spear. He used a mid-air spear. It was the best spear that anyone could have seen to Carlito. Well, Braun Breaker may have done the best spear, but Carlito sent here on Twitter to react to the situation that was at hand right here. And Carlito had stated that thanks for everyone for their thoughts and prayers. My funeral service scheduled this Friday. My family asks for much privacy during this painful crime. Muchas gracias. Um, WWE Raw Netflix spear broken in half. Braun Breaker. I mean, it was so perfect. It was like a mid-air spring that Braun Breaker did. He kind of used his force. He can really jump. He did like a football thing in the end, but we saw, yeah, saw, but Braun Breaker really impressive as he did tonight as well. Well, we get to before we end up leaving, we told you last night as well. Paul Heyman has a choice to make. We know that he will be in CM Punk's corner at WrestleMania, but Heyman, being a long time advocate of Punk and Roman, now begs the question: will he be screw telling both Punk and Roman screw them and join Seth Rollins? That's the only thing that a lot of people are wondering: is this a fix that's waiting to happen? We will just have to wait and see on how that's going to be. Heyman and Rollins probably together as a unit. So hey, we will wait and see how this play out. Eventually for Heyman and Rollins, however that's going to play out throughout the whole entire ordeal. So we'll wait and see. We'll probably see if we get more updates this Friday for the SmackDown report. We will see. All right, we're gonna leave you here on the Pro Wrestling Show with the NXT Ring Report with DarkState winning their match over Javon Evans, Trick Williams, and the NXT champion Oba Fimby after Javon got caught in the middle between their mess, and now the Angelo family now wants a piece of DarkState. I've been your host, Kendrick Dick, saying so long. We'll see you tomorrow night for the fallout of the AEW Dynasty for AEW Ring Report coming up. We'll see you then.